come up with a match that everybody in Greater Cincinnati has been waiting for. It seems like you start the season and everybody says, this is going to be great. These guys are going to see one another a lot. They've wrestled all season. They're back to seeing one another again. This is an all-Cincinnati final. We come up with more than we'll ever be able to talk about. From St. Xavier High School, a senior, Shawn Rockey. And from Fairfield High School, a senior, Willie Wineberg. And, you know, to Cincinnati area fans, we don't have to say anything more.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I mean, because this is where the rubber meets the road, right here. For any of you who don't know, if there is such a person left in the city, Willie Wineberg stands on the threshold of history. No person has ever won 4 championships at Division I in the state of Ohio. No one, ever. Shawn Rockey has taken Willie Wineberg to overtime twice. So here we go. Rockey in white and Wineberg in red. And this one ought to get them wound up too, folks.
This is another one of those worth the price of admission.
As a matter of fact, this is the only reason we came.
That's part of that. It's been great wrestling, and I think we've seen Shawn Rockey wrestle. He's in control, and talk about captain of control. That's Willie Wineberg.
Yeah, that's right. That's captain of control. That's a good way to describe it. He knows exactly what has to be done, and he does it. He's got, you know, a lot of kids have the ability to know what to do. Some kids can do things, but they don't know what to do, and those that know what to do can't always execute. Well, Willie's that remarkable blend of being able to do both of them. He's the head and the body. And Shawn Rockey's the same way. These are both remarkable young men. This is maybe the toughest weight class in the tournament, too. The people that they have fought through here were state champions and state runners-up and everything else, so I don't want to go back and belabor the point. I'd really rather you see him see the wrestling itself. It's the patented Russian 2-on-1 bar series that Willie Wineberg's running on Shawn Rockey there. And Rocky's trying to push out. That's really a dangerous thing to be in because there's so many things that Wineberg can do from there, as well as control the tempo of the match. And I don't think that's what Rockey wants to happen. I think Rockey wants to dictate. So we'll see if he can.
Yeah, Dave, you were saying that the level of competition in this weight class, there are 4 placers in the final 6, and that's saying a lot. And there's 2 seniors, their last high school match. There's a lot riding on this.
The pressure's been gigantic on Willie Wineberg. I know that as of Thursday night or Friday, Coach Masonic had to shut Wineberg off from the press. And that's kind of astonishing at the high school level, but that's where we've gotten to at this point.
There's a nice shot of Dick Murphy.
St. Xavier's long-time venerated coach. Rocky's in the offensive position, and Wineberg comes up to his feet, fights for an escape and gets it. Wineberg goes on top, scores the first points in the match on an escape. And that didn't look like a lot, folks, except there's not too many people that get away when Rockey doesn't want to let them get away. And I couldn't tell really at that point. It looked like he started to try and control it and then said, well, let's go back on our feet.
You know, I think Shawn's really confident on his feet, though. He's not going to devote a lot of energy to trying to keep Willie. And you can see how quick he is, but Willie Wineberg just as quick in defending that.
Now, these two are also master tacticians, both of them. They both are remarkable tacticians. They know how to use the mat. They know how to use their opponent. They know how to work the referees. They're seniors. They've been here again and again and again. Shawn Rockey was 4th in this weight at 119 last year when Willie won it at 19. And they've been again and again and again in the finals. The referees have stopped the match temporarily. Shawn Rockey's headgear, the strap on his headgear has popped out, and they've moved it to they've taken it to the side. A trainer is now working on it with some adhesive tape, and one might ask, well, you know, why are they having silly things like that break down at this point in time? Well, that's because you couldn't get that headgear away from Shawn Rockey with dynamite and a shotgun. That's his, and he will not let go of that. Doesn't make any difference how torn up it is or anything else. He's not going to lose control of it any more than Willie would want to lose control of his.
What are you trying to say, Dave? There might be some superstitious patterns that these young men.
There's definitely superstitious patterns in these guys' behavior. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, it's noticeable. You see some of the shorts and shirts these guys wear around, and some of them you wouldn't use as car rags to polish your car with, but they got that luck to them.
It's their Linus blanket.
Yep.
Okay, we resume wrestling with Wineberg on top, 1-0. This is the 125-pound state finals in Division I. Shawn Rockey of St. Xavier in the white singlet, and Willie Wineberg of Fairfield in the red and white. And we're in the second period. We've got a minute to go in the second period. Again, both of these wrestlers are strategic wrestlers, I think. And you're not going to see big flashy moves, but what you're going to see is the sport of wrestling elevated maybe to the power of 10 in the standard of what does it take to win. Wineberg is really working now, and now Rockey comes back with a Russian 2-on-1 himself. These two really respect one another.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, shrug, elbow shrug, out of bounds, no. Oh, what a beautiful elbow shrug. That's something that most high school wrestlers don't use. That comes off that working in that Russian all that time. Coach Ron Masonic at Fairfield has been a master of takedowns. He's out of the northern part of the state and came down and wrestled at Miami University. Well, I hate to say it, Steve, but back when I was there, and he's been teaching takedowns to Fairfield wrestlers for over 25 years, as Dick Murphy has been doing the same thing at St. Xavier. These coaches know the way one another dress, the way what they eat. They know how to get under one another's skin, and yet they really understand and respect one another at the same time. It's being around this coaching fraternity is a neat thing, because these are all real, honest to goodness gentlemen, and sometimes they get a little boisterous and wild and carry on like they've lost their minds, but that's the nature of the sport.
I don't think Dick Murphy's upset with the position he's in right now. His wrestler is behind only 1-0.
Yep.
And there's 10 seconds left in the second period. A whole period for Shawn Rockey to wrestle.
This match is not progressing at a pace that is going to kill anybody either, because both of them have had to have timeouts for reasons. Ooh, fans saw something there they didn't like, but the referee didn't see it. Ooh. Out of bounds, nothing. Isn't it amazing, the flurries? You get the flurries. Flurry, 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 flurry.
We'd see a different match, I think, if these guys had not seen each other.
Look at Willie Wineberg, look at the coach, and put his thumbs together. He's gonna, well, I thought he was gonna, he is.
Yeah, he is.
He's gonna release him. Now Rockey works in now.
That's a 1-to-1 match.
It's a 1-1 match.
We're at the very beginning of this match, folks, in terms of who's gonna win it.
Oh yeah. This match is gonna be decided. Well, I don't want to put the time limit on it, but I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of wrestling in this 2 minutes. Ooh, pick, missed. Counter, whizzer. Try to get to a bear hug. I think Rockey believes that he's more powerful than Wineberg. He would love to get into a good power position. And Rockey, both of them are powerful. But I think Rockey really wants to get in there. Weinberg keeps into that Russian, and that takes away a lot of Shawn Rockey's power.
Tried to drag.
That's really hard to wrestle when your arm's tied up that way. Ooh, inside trip.
Has he got him?
No, he doesn't have it. No, he's got the whizzer in, working on the edge. Out of bounds. No, both up. we got bleeding on the side of the head. We're out of bounds. It's curious. I'm trying to look the guy's name up. Trying to find Paul Schoenauer, the referee working this match. I would say has been described by virtually all of the coaches in the state of Ohio as the premier referee in Ohio. That's Paul Schonauer. Paul was a, gosh, I don't want to say how many times state champion. He is a very, very influential force in wrestling in the state, and certainly is qualified to call this match, and that's appropriate too. If you're going to have two of the best out there, you better get one of the best in the middle.
You know, I was just looking at the spectacle going on around. If we could get a shot at the I don't know, that's the north end of the mat, of mat number 1 on the division. All the camera people involved. There's the commercial stations are here.
And then, but to even carry that a step further, you now have all of the red sweaters in the arena standing down here also. And the red sweaters, for those of you that don't know, those are the guys that make this place run. They're the guys that Bruce Meyer, the tournament director, brings in from all over the state, especially from Ohio State, where they all worked for him at one point or other. They're the guys that do the scoring. They're the runners. They're the people that make it all happen. And they're all gathered at this arena. Tells you something about the nature of it. Oh, Willie must have a little bit more than what we thought. You see Dr. Roble is over there taking a look at it right now. It's entirely possible that he's got more than just an abrasion there. He may have actually a cut. Now, time-wise, we don't have a problem here under 90% of the cases because you've got a 5-minute bleeding time. And yeah, he's got more than an abrasion. He's got a cut because I just saw him turn his head, and he's got an elastic bandage on there.
It's probably covering up a butterfly or another.
Yep.
So we've got 1 minute and 5 left, 1-1. Shawn Rockey from St. Xavier High School in Cincinnati, and Willie Wineberg from Fairfield
High School in Fairfield.
Fairfield High School in Fairfield.
Ooh. Rockey was on a knee, and Wineberg almost pancaked him, but Rocky's sense of balance was such that he moved a foot about 2 inches, and it stopped the attempt on Wineberg's part to such a point that Wineberg backed out. And that was with a move of 2 inches with a foot.
Balance.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. Boy,
physical presence.
Those guys know exactly what's going on. Well, Paul Schonauer has got to call a warning here. It's almost a requirement. They are not stalling. They are countering one another so well that it appears to be stalling. And the manner in which they counter is variable as to whether you call it stalling or whether you call it. It is an open, aggressive wrestling. I'll give you that.
Here it is.
Weinberg's in on us.
He's got
actually
7
on
seconds.
A head outside single, which is a tough hold to finish. He changes off to a double. Rockey kicks his hips out as time runs out. That's what we were talking about, strategy. You take it right down to the last 10 seconds, you can go score and win. Didn't work. We go OT again.
A lot of people appreciate that move on Shawn Rockey's part.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's people that are really, really into this match. And you can see Shawn Rockey is built very well. He's from the waist down, he's just got real powerful legs. He's a soccer player, a lot of leg strength and hip strength, and it just willed that problem away.
He's an excellent soccer player.
Excellent soccer player,
he's
right.
I know I was talking to Miami's wrestling coach who's almost crying over the fact that Shawn indicates that he wants to go to college to play soccer as opposed to wrestling. And that's fine because he's a fine soccer player. We've both seen him play a number of times, and that's absolutely the case. He's a wonderful soccer player, but gosh, don't you wish he could wrestle too?
Oh man. Well, I think it just reinforces the point that this sport really complements any sport that another sport that an athlete chooses to play.
Oh yeah, I think that's a point. And Steve, it would be very unusual if Shawn Rockey or anyone went on to college in a Division I program or anything like that. Everyone went on and played 2 sports. Oh boy, look at this flurry. Underhook, trip, headlock, spin, out of bounds.
I'm nervous.
But it's only in high school. It's only in high school where it's possible for this all to happen, where a kid can be an outstanding soccer player. Shawn may go on and run track or be on the baseball team or something too. In high school, you can do that. And that's what these kids across the city and across our state maybe are missing, those that aren't involved. Because here's a chance to do something that you'll never, ever forget. Never, ever. Well, not that you're all going to be state champions or anything, but By heavens, there are a lot of victories out there by people that aren't champions, that don't get the gold hung around their neck. 21 seconds left in the overtime period. 1-1. Wineberg and Rockey. Weinberg's bandage has come loose. We're going to go. It isn't bleeding, so they continue with the match.
I think he had a backup bandage. That was the old two-bagger. I think he had a backup bandage under the one that came off.
Little bitty movements cause reactions that would send you and me jumping out of the building. That's the end of the regulation overtime. Now, folks, the rules are this: we go 30 seconds. If the bottom man, Rockey, chooses down, if Rockey can escape, he wins the match. If Wineberg rides it out, he wins the match. Or if Wineberg turns Rockey, he wins the match. Rockey is in the driver's seat right here. He has the advantage by being in the defensive position because all he's got to do is get up and escape. On the other hand, that's easier said than done.
Against a wrestler the quality of Willie Wineberg.
Rockey fights to his feet, gets a hand, turns the hips. Wineberg's in, stays in tight, pulls the legs together. He laces the legs. He's not in danger of continues to ride. There's an elbow hook and roll out of bounds. No points. Wineberg still rides. Wineberg still rides. What a remarkable series. 43 seconds.
Starting to rock around here a little bit, Dave.
It's getting a little bit wild. Rockey sits, looking to get his hips out. Wineberg follows with double underhooks. Hits a falling roll. Attempts to hip over. Wineberg rides. That's it. Willie Wineberg. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing
history.
State history. This is it. I hope the cameras can get the standing ovation. Willie Wineberg is the first wrestler in the state of Ohio to ever win 4 titles in his life. Shawn Rockey wrestled maybe one of the finest matches he could ever wrestle. That's Ron Masonic. Fairfield's coach came over and lifted Shawn Rockey. Dick Murphy and Ron Masonic have embraced, and the coaches, Ron Masonic and his assistant coach and Willie, have gotten together for a moment together. Oh, that was great.
Well,
that was all it was cracked up to be. I wanted to compliment one other person in that match. The official did an absolutely astonishing job.